Alright guys, in today's video I will be showing you how to replace the brake pads on rotors on a 2014 Honda Accord. Alright, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, pretty much the same. Alright, this is the front brake pads and rotors. So someone must have done brakes here before, because there's two screws are missing here. There's supposed to be a screw here, screw here. There's supposed to be Phillips head screws. You usually need to use a punch to hit them and turn them out. Alright, Phillips head screws, sometimes they're tight, they won't come out. You can use a chisel sideways and hit it and turn it out. But they're missing, but no problem guys, it's alright. Leave your key in the ignition so you can turn this a little bit. Alright, once you're able to turn, right back over here guys, let me bring my light over. Right in the back over here, you will have a screw right in the back here. A bolt number 12 with the socket, number 12 millimeter socket with the gear wrench ratchet. Put it on off. Pretty much, if you look from that side, it has to go counterclockwise. All right, just take off one bolt only, guys, in this case. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna remove this little guy, and you should be able to lift this caliper up. Make sure you slide the pin out, put it right here safely. All right, remove this little guys, these two little retainers. These work like spring. Customer bought his own pieces, but you should have a new hardware kit in the brake. Sometimes it doesn't come with it. You see this brake pad is jammed up. See, I can't even budge it. All right, that's no good. All right, that's a sign brakes are gonna wear uneven. All right, so there's the brake pad I have. So if it doesn't come out, you're gonna need a flathead screwdriver or a ply bar. Just stick it in there guys and just push it out and get that pad out of there. All right, next you have a number 17 back here. There's two of them, and that's gonna release this bracket. All right, so what I will be doing here is, let me go get my impact gun and I'm gonna remove both of these bolts. All right, guys, so take your number 17 right from back here. Should be able to remove this bolt and the second bolt. All right, and the bracket should come off just like that. Let's put that to the side. All right, and once you have the bracket off, you should be able to take off this rotor simply. All right, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna clean the hub here with a brush, and then we'll put everything back together. All right guys, I got my new rotor here. Make sure you clean the surface on the rotor on both sides. When you're done, make sure you spray it down because your hands are gonna be a little greasy. All right, so do align these little holes with the threaded holes there. All right, if you don't do that, sometimes there's a screw behind. They cut it off, it will give you trouble. All right, little trick, use your lug nut, and that's gonna hold the rotor for you on spot. All right, there we have it. Next step, customer brought his own brake pads. Let's open it. Really good brakes. All right, Evolutions. Comes with the hardware kit, and there's the brake pads. All right, so we have everything in this package. All right, so but we do need to prep the little guy here. All right, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna remove the hardware off this one. Very simple guys. All right, once you have this out guys, make sure you clean, buff, file here in this surface. All right, I'm gonna be doing that. You might not see me doing that, but clean this area out before you put the hardware kit on. All right, so I'll be back. Let me clean this out. All right, so got my caliper bracket here. I did file it here and there, so it's rust free. Uneven surface is not there. Take your hardware kit, stick it in there. Very important, new hardware kit guys. And I do the same thing. All right, once we have this guys, grab your two number 17 millimeter bolts. You're gonna align this and put in your 17mm bolts. Make sure you catch the threads. Before you tighten it, alright? There we have it. Same thing with the top one. Once you have one, it's gonna hold it for you. And there it is, guys. I have both of these. I'm gonna tighten these guys, torque them. Make sure you torque them properly or tighten them good enough. Don't leave them loose and don't over tighten them either. So let me torque these and I'm gonna come back. Alright guys, that's it. Next step is grab your brake pads. And we're gonna put the brake pads in, guys. These brake pads are very good. You never have to, I mean, I can't say never. Sometimes you do have to file the edges. If your brake pad was stuck like the one I had inside, just take a file and file it. Scrape it a little bit here, there, in the sides. And make sure you don't scrape it too much and the brake pad is free in there, right? So scrape it enough so it's nice and easily, it moves around easily, all right? And the brake pad on the inside, guys, is gonna have the pad that's gonna go inside. It's gonna have a different, if you're using this type of this branded brakes, it's gonna have a different little shim here, and it has a sensor inside. All right, I like to usually keep the sensor on the top, so when the car is gonna reverse, it'll squeal. All right, so there it goes, and that's it. I didn't even have to look back there, right, guys? So I have that. Next step is, guys, for me, what I like to do is I like to clean the pin here. And I like to, if you have a good amount of grease, guys, I wouldn't even touch it. But like they see, his grease is nice and shiny. All right, so I like to clean these. All right, before we continue, guys, this caliper needs to be pressed in. I'm gonna let the customer know he has a little boot rip there. And we will do that, but I do need to finish this video. Use your old brake pad, put it right there, and we're gonna compress this piston, all right? Make sure your bottle, the brake fluid reservoir cap is open. Doesn't have to be open, but the best thing is open it once before you lift the car. All right, that will ventilate the air from the system better. All right, guys. So you take your tool and you simply compress this little guy right here. All right. And there we have it. And we'll take off the old brake pad. Some of the broken dust and debris comes down. Move that. Alright, guys. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to get a little bit of grease. And I'm going to put grease on the pins, alright? The pins do need to be greased up. So put a little bit of brake grease on this, alright? Special grease. This is high temp grease. You can find it in AutoZone, Pep Boys, any parts department or auto parts department, all right? Put a little bit of grease. Doesn't have to be crazy amount, all right? Let me get a little bit of grease on more. Put on this one. All right? Once it's all greased up, guys, if you put too much grease on one, you can rub it on the other one. All right? And then you're going to take this pin in there. Make sure the pin slides nice. And this boot goes on here, all right? Make sure this boot goes on the pin. All right, and it slides back and forth. All right, guys, we're pretty much done here, guys. It's gonna come with the new clips, new of these spring-loaded retainers. Take these. You do need to hold it because right now, you see, I got lucky there. Usually, it will throw the brake pads off, especially once you do the bottom one because there's a lot of force there. So hold it with the one hand, guys, and you're gonna take this little guy, and you're gonna stick this on, all right? Sometimes, even though we did this is correct here, perfect, right? Sometimes when you take it for test drive, this thing will go touch the rotor, right? So if you're hearing a squealing noise, look into it, right? Sometimes you have to bend it a little bit more, or it's not in perfectly spotted where it's supposed to be at. And there I have it, guys. Take your number 12, put the number 12 on, and that's it, guys. We're done, all right? That's how you're gonna replace brake pads on this 2014 Honda Accord, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, same thing. Even the earlier model, same thing. Make sure you tighten this. I'm gonna just snug this because I'm gonna torque this in a little bit. And before the car goes out, I do double check everything. So again, make sure once you take off this caliper, your brake line here is not twisted or curved, because then it's gonna push fluid in, but it's never gonna go back out, right? And it's gonna give you a spongy brake pad. pedal. So make sure your bolts are tight. Top, this one we didn't remove. Torque this one. Make sure your boot here, push it on to the pin, and that's it, guys. So thank you, subscribe, and bye-bye. We will see you on the next one.